Miss Edmister again. Alright guys, so I have a few more games for my younger learners. Now I'm not going to show you how to play all of these games because at the top there are directions and they are really and truly super simple to follow. Okay, but I do want to show you some of the things that I use with my students and with some of my young learners that I work with that, like I said, the more that you can get them hands-on, the more fun that they are going to have. So it's easier to keep their attention and for longer if you can make it a little bit fun in the classroom and even at home. I know my little one loves Play-Doh. Great manipulative to use. You can roll up those balls, especially on like this first one. You have two different colors Play-Doh. You're green and they're yellow. Well, then you can dot and put your Play-Doh on these numbers. Okay, this is also another set. This is about 10 to 12 different games that you can play with your very young learner. Now, whenever you're doing this, you don't want to play the same game for very long because they kind of get tired, but that's why there's several of these. Like I said, probably some of your preschoolers could probably go ahead and start doing this. Kindergarten first, and some second graders could benefit from these activities. Again, it is math with dice. So another manipulative that you can hold in your hand. As I've mentioned previously, you can get these foam dice in multiple colors from the Dollar Tree. You can order them online. They have big foam dice. These are great for not making lots of noise. You can use Tupperware and put the dice inside so it's not going everywhere. And then there are some paper dice that I will leave in the description box below if this is the way you would rather go. As I've mentioned before, I would tape those. I would not glue those. They don't hold up as well, and they'll pop up, and they'll pop apart. But you can use them much quicker if you use tape on them. Okay. So with some of these games, another thing that I like to use is bingo dabbers. Okay, they have these at Walmart in the puzzles. They have them in puzzles, and I think I've seen them in toys. But you can use dabbers. Really easy way. So whenever it's really colorful. Like on this first game, you could use crayons. You can color your square. But like this one, when you roll your die and you add them up, then if you find your answer, then you would use your color to dab it. Okay. And then I think on this one, you're getting a box. Okay. On this one, it's just a box. So you would get like 4 in a box. Okay, so these are really fun for students. Like I said, you could roll up some Play-Doh. They could put their Play-Doh on the numbers. They can use counters. They can, simple counters that they can just stick on the numbers. They can also use buttons. Like I said, make it fun. They can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, anything that they want. Even if they like watercolors, okay? Something with that you would have to reprint. If you wanted to laminate, then you could laminate it and use different colored dry erase markers. So just some different options for you to look at. I do like to laminate them for my older students and use counters just because as a center it's a lot easier and quicker to use counters and dump them back in the container as to replenishing. Now for my younger learners, I have found that bingo dabbers are the bomb, okay? It's like painting. It's something that they don't get every day, so they really enjoy getting to use those because it's something extra special for them, okay? So that's something that you can look at, okay? So like I said, there's about, I want to say 10 to 12 different games in this packet that I'm going to link below. Feel free to use 1, 2, or all of them. It is not required. I am not saying that they are required. This actually came from a fellow teacher that I absolutely loved, and it worked within my situation, especially when my younger children, my personal younger children were younger. It is nice to be able to sit down at the table and do something like this with them and know that they are learning and they're still having fun. And when they go into the classroom, they already know some of these materials, especially being stuck at home with COVID. If you have a student going to school next year or you feel like you're keeping them out or whatever your choices are, there are lots of options for learning at home. I am trying to help ease some of that discomfort for some of my families by doing some of these tutorial videos. As it goes on, I'm going to be doing some for the higher students that are my personal students. That way they aren't so stressed and that they have something to fall back on each week. Okay, so if you have any requests that, hey, this is something that I'm thinking, can you show me? Let me know. You can do that in the comments down below. Let me know if there's something that you need help with or that you would like to see or demonstrated or an idea that you would like to see played out, and I will do my best to try to help you. COVID-19 has definitely put some of our families in a struggle, and that's not what education is supposed to be about. And as an educator, I want to see every student succeed. So I'm hoping that I can reach as many families as possible by doing a YouTube channel and helping the parents as well get through this all together. But for now, let's look at a couple of our games for our youngsters. Alright guys, for our first game for our youngsters is going to be Roll, Add, and Color. Okay, now for this one, you are going to need still your 2 dice. Okay, whether it's foam, whether it's regular, whether it's whatever that you would like to use. You're going to need 2 dice. You're going to need 2 different distinct markers. I'm going to be using my bingo dabbers of red and a green. You can use 2 crayons, different colors. You can use counters. Like I said, you could use Play-Doh. There's your counters, 2 different colors. It really doesn't matter what you use as long as you can do the 2 differentials so whoever your student is playing against, they can kind of see. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to roll your dice, okay? So you're going to roll them. I have a 5 and a 2. I am going to add those numbers together to get 7. Okay, so I am, this one, I would make sure my dabbers work. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to dab on that 7. That's my turn. My teammate would roll, or not my teammate, but my opponent. So 6 and 5 is going to give me 11. Now, this one's kind of tricky. Okay, now you have 2 11s here. And actually this one's played a little different. This one isn't 4 squares. So the object of this board is that the last person that colors in a square is the winner. Okay, now on this one specifically, I like to keep a timer. Depending on my children's age, I usually set the timer for about 5 minutes. Okay. And then as the time's going down, they keep playing, but the last person to fill in a colored square within the 5 minutes would be your winner. So it kind of makes them go quickly. You do not have to play it this way. You could do it with who has the most blocks filled in. You can do it, you can play like, you know, tic-tac-toe or bingo where you have it 5 in a row. You can do it where you have 4 together, 4 square. Really, you can make this your own. Like I said, I would use manipulatives that they are fun and they enjoy that you can use. But you can do this one any way that you like. Now the directions up here do say that the final person within that time frame that filled in a square would be your winner. But like I said, this is for you to make your own. You do not have to use what is up here in the top. Okay, it depends on, you could change it up. You could have 3 of these and you have to get 5 in a row. Then your next game you have to get 4, and then your next game you have to get, whoever gets the most dots on here would win the game. Okay, a little bit of competition is always good and it keeps them going. So have fun with it and make it your own. Okay, so another one that we're going to look at is, okay, this one is a Connect 4. Okay, so this is the exact same thing that we were just looking at with a little different. So again, you're going to roll your 2 dice. Okay, oh, I keep getting the same numbers. You're going to roll your 2 dice and then you are going to get 9. So the first person, again, would go and find a number 9. You can use your bingo dabbers or you can use crayons or whatever you choose. But the person that connects the 4 okay, for square would win. Okay, now they would be all spread out. You're obviously not going to get 4 red like that to start, but I just want to show you that would mean that that person won, getting 4 connecting squares to make a box. Okay, let's see. This one is a little fun for some of the young ones. It's Race to 50. Again, you are going to have 2 dice, and you need to have 2 of these well, 1 per person, 2 if you have 2 players, but you are going to have, like, there is 3 plus 1 is 4, okay? So then that student is going to color in 4, okay? Unless you want to use your bingo dabber, which you still can, that's perfectly fine. You can use a marker, you can use a colored pencil, totally whatever you want. But whatever number that they roll, they are going to color in that many, okay? Then it would be the other person's turn on their sheet. They would roll. Well, the first person to get all the way to 50 by adding their dice would win that game. So just a way to keep them on their toes and doing some math. Like I said, here is a Bump the Animals. Super easy. It has animals on it. What student doesn't love to see animals? You're still going to need these 2 dice, okay, and some stackers. Directions, guys, are at the top, and they're super easy to do. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all of these just because there's a race chart to 100 instead of 50 if they're getting better. And then if you're wanting to add in some graphing for your older students, this is where you can start to introduce those graphing techniques. Again, you can roll these dice. So you have a 5 and a 2. So you're going to roll 2 dice and add the numbers. So you have 7. So then you would come down here to the 7 and you would color in this square. Okay? You would roll again a 4 and a 6. Go and find your 10 and you're going to color it in. And you're just going to keep going like that. Okay? And then 8. Now you're going to take turns. Each person is going to have a different color. So you're going to see, let's say, red and green, different ones. And let's say that my friend then rows a 10. Okay, well, his is going to go here. Okay, and then I'm going to row 10. It's going to go here. Okay, and this is where you're going to introduce the graphing that obviously 10 was rowed more. Okay, and that's how you can show them how graphing starts to take place within a math lesson. Okay, at the end, the person with the most colored spots wins. That's just to get that competition piece in there. But the main goal is to show them how graphing can fit into the math world. Okay, I hope this was helpful. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button down at the bottom. Subscribe to my channel. Like I said, if you have anything that you would like to see or any ideas or something that you're struggling with, go ahead and leave it in the comments and I'll see if I can get a video posted just for you. All right, guys, have a great day. Happy teaching.